Alright, back on trail in the morning. Good morning. It is cold out today. I don't even know where we ended up last night. What mile are we at, Mike? 650? We're at mile 650. Camped on top of a hill. Front's coming in, so the cold came in, so it actually was pretty cold last night. And in this morning, it's probably in the high 50s, which is pretty cold, and everything is just wet. But I'll show you the trail. It's kind of a lousy trail to be hiking when it's cold and wet because it's so small. But so this is kind of what we're hiking through today. We did yesterday. Like I said, the trail's just really tight. Ton of vegetation, and it's just wet, cold, and dank. So anyways, that's our day today. If anything exciting happens, we'll let you know. Besides that, we're gonna keep plugging. So yeah, we're coming to the end of our day. We came across this river. We got about a mile and a half to go. And Michael was like, oh, I hope we don't have to ford this river because it's definitely running strong. But fortunately we don't. There's a beautiful bridge that crosses over it. So that's always a nice thing to see. Except the stairs are stairs, so this afternoon's been tough. I don't know why, it was just a tough, small little ups and downs. But, see the river? Beautiful. But definitely with all the rain that we had, all the rivers are pretty high, so. Michael's shoes are slowly getting muddy. But yeah, so they do build these really nice bridges for us and make it safe. So I was just mentioning back here how it's been a tough afternoon. I don't know, sometimes like small sections just are a lot more tougher than other sections that you think are going to be tougher. But me and Michael were just talking today that, you know, there's a lot of things you think about the AT before you set on a through hike, and you know, you're like, oh yeah, it's a long way to walk. Or like Michael said before, well, you don't think about the fact that you're living in the woods and stuff like that. But honestly, every single day, it's tough. It's not like you're just walking through the woods. We literally never have a day where we're just walking. You're either struggling to go up, struggling to go down, or you're going over rocks or roots and mud, and it's just 3 months in, and we have yet to have just a day of walking that's just like, oh, this was an enjoyable walk. So if you're gonna do the AT, don't think that it's like, oh, I love walking in the woods, because it's a lot different than just walking in the woods. Would you agree, Michael? Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else to add?
No, thank you.
Okay. That's our 2 cents for the day.
It's been raining all night. I don't know how we're gonna put our 10 hours up. It's literally been pouring all night. So this is how our day was going to start. But our tent is dry, so that's good. Michael obviously is sleeping well. We got to the shelter last night, and I was so excited because I thought we were going to sleep in the shelter because of the rain. And we got there and there was the shelter was completely full. And so we looked around for a tent spot, and it was like, we're on a freaking hill. So there is just no level 10 spots, and then everything was like gonna be in the water because of the rain. So we found a place. It's pretty slopey, but it didn't work out too bad. But oh my gosh, I'm going back to bed. Like him.
All right, so we're back on trail this morning. As you heard, the rain. It is literally another river. Oh my gosh. Running through the trail. So I think today is going to be one of those days where you just suck it up and just get wet. So we're back on trail. We stayed last night at the Mountain Lake Lodge, which is actually where they filmed part of the scenes from Dirty Dancing. So that was kind of fun. Beautiful place. Another great place to add to places to visit in the future, or if you want a fun place, a lot to do. The lake is gone, which is kind of interesting, but hotel was beautiful. The food was good. Tons of stuff to do. So definitely up on your list if you're looking for somewhere to go in Virginia. They have clay shooting and archery tag and all kinds of trails and stuff. So it was kind of cool. So back on trail. Trail's nice and dry for the most part. So that makes it pleasant. Michael's in a fairly good mood, so that makes it pleasant.
Hurry up. Let's go. So something I wanted to show you, we are on a ridgeline in Virginia, and this Appalachian ridgeline and the sub-ridge lines all originated from the collision of the continents years and years and years ago. But anyway, we're up at like 3,000 feet, and what I wanted to show you is the actual pathway is all sand. It is literally beach sand, just like you find at the ocean. Which I'm assuming, no geologist, but I'm assuming it was part of that uplift of this whole area. But pretty amazing to find this sand up on top of the mountain ridge. Anyway, that's it. So good morning. It's about 9:30 on Memorial Day, Monday. We're walking up Bushy Mountain, I think it's called. Anyway, come to find out, it's where Audie Murphy, the World War II hero and actor, died in a plane crash up here. Within a mile or so, there's some memorial at the crash site. So there's that, and then up to the top. Anyway, I'm just killing time waiting for Karen because you know where she is, right? We've been on the trail for half an hour, and she's been off the trail for probably at least 3 times. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we get off to a slow start. I want to follow up on the whole shelter thing with the snake skin. I think Karen posted some pictures about it last week or whenever. Night before last, we pull into a shelter, nobody in it. We sit down, BS with the people that are there for a little while at the picnic table. Anyway, we set up our tent. Karen says, oh, you want to sit shelter or tent? I'm like, let's do the tent. Sure enough, we start setting up the tent. Somebody says, oh, there's a snake in the shelter. So I got a picture of it. I'm sure it's in the cycle of pictures that dropped. But yeah, the snake not only is in the shelter, there's nowhere to hide in the shelter. I mean, it's open frame, walls, but he was up in the rafters, or she was up in the rafters. And just the whole idea of that thing crawling over me in the middle of the night. I think if it did, I told Karen, if that happened, I would have gone home. I absolutely would have packed my bags, said F this, and gone home. And anybody that says, oh, why'd you leave the trail? I would have told them exactly why. And if they said that was crazy, then I'm telling them they're crazy. But anyway, I don't think we're sleeping in a shelter again until the temperature gets to freezing, if that ever happens. But anyway, Karen just went by, so let me catch up with her. See ya.
It's been a long day today, long 2 days that we've had. And I just want to acknowledge a couple things. So yesterday we ended up going over, I think we did 14 miles yesterday. We went up and over Bush Mountain and also Dragon's Tooth, which was a bear of a day. Dragon's Tooth was really, really tough, especially on the back side. Nobody ever kind of warns you, but we were literally, like, somebody said it was a rock scramble, and it's not a rock scramble. You're literally climbing down 4-inch wide ledges down the face of the rock and then jumping down 2 feet to get to the next 4-inch ledge. And you just scaled, which would have been tough enough without a bag, but you throw a backpack on and your center of gravity and all of that crap, and it just kind of, it was a little sketchy, you know, for me, and it was a little... Like, it was probably technically the hardest day that I think I've done. I don't know, Michael, if you agree, but it was technically a tough day. At least, like I said, for me anyways. And then today we summited McAfee Knob, which is where we're at now, which is a beautiful spot. Unfortunately, 2 days ago, a fellow thru hiker fell and did not survive the fall. So you come up here without the celebration that's normally, you know, that normally we have, and it's just more solemn, really. 23 years old, from the Netherlands, just a young kid, and I don't think, you know, we might cross paths, but we didn't necessarily hike with him. I don't know what his trail name was. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, it just makes you realize and makes you just kind of remember that, you know, there's parts of the AT that are, you know, that are tough and they're dangerous, and you have to always be careful, and not every rock you step on is going to be stable, or you know, there's plenty of places that, you know, you can get injured along the way. So I just, you know, condolences to his family and a lot of the AT people that he hiked with, because you do get really kind of like weirdly close to people when you're out here. So those people that hiked with him are really suffering a loss today, or in, you know, these last couple days. And I know that they've summited this, they'll summit this with definitely a heavy heart. And likewise, you know, his family has to deal with that. So like I said, it's a mixed blessing today. But here we are, and we'll keep going because that's what you have to do. So we're going to camp probably about a mile from here, and that we're going to call that a day. So anything else, Michael, to add?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's it. McAfee Knob, beautiful spot.